of the teams. As we see defensive, she hasn't been for a while. We still sort of picked up a little bit. So this is looking like the old Syndra. As we rebrand level 3, you get a little bit of pressure, and then post 6, it's a lot better as Faker is getting bullied in his mid lane.
Yeah, it's definitely really annoying early on. Again,
there's a response possible.
Oh, backing on the ward, and Bertle is sticking around. You can see he was dead.
I think you really can walk in or ST1 with a scatter the week available.
Yeah.
Looking like they're going to do it though. Bertle does need to rotate over if they want to make sure that nothing goes awry.
Area's not level 6. You mentioned the Solar Flare is available, but we're not going to have Subjugate to potentially help burst someone down. You think about Lee Sin, TF, and Jace, that's something they would love to do. And they say, well, we're not really okay to take this one. They see the level 6 on life. All 4 members of Gen.G are here. And Faker's just running bot. You know, they don't have vision on Faker. Oner could be anywhere. Yes, you are in danger. And here it is. The huge stunt gets all 3 of them into the equalizer. What a play! As now Clint is over the wall. That should be 2. He does pick it up. Thankfully for T1, Oner was at least.
Here's the fate. It's the same as a Nocturne. You need to make him count.
Look at this. I mean, it is flawless.
Yeah.
It's perfectly timed. It's perfectly timed. It catches all 3 of them right as they teleport.
That's just beautiful. And then
says, I think we can go in here.
Could be a good trade.
Bertle is maybe going to be the sacrificial lamb here. Nice stun onto Oner, but will not deny the Q. As this time around, no flash and no hope of survival. But he already did his job. As the pressure in the mid lane is pretty massive, they're really going to push.
This second one doesn't really get answered as well. Yeah, they get the mid lane turret, which in terms of map control is going to feel great. But Faker still stalls very nicely there. Yeah, just there's no amount of outplay that you can find in this situation. Fortunately, wanting to answer onto Faker.
Uh-oh, now he knows he's in danger. Zenithblade is going to miss, and there's no stun, and he says, see you later.
Now only 5k gold lead. Bertle though.
Oh, wow. Even committing the Subjugate here.
Is that enough pressure from T1? Or is Gen.G just going to say, well, that's nice. But now we're just going to go into this Infernal trade.
Not going to get it. And so that charge will be used here. And now, well, we have the Destiny used, and they're actually jumping onto life here. That is a big pillar, and now the stopwatch has to be used. The charge comes in. Bertle's trying to go 1v3. Nearly able to pick up Keria, but not quite, as the shock blast from Kana is gigantic to pick up the kill onto Leona.
Exactly the type of play that you want to see from T1. They never want to fight on even footing. They're always looking for an angle, always looking to fight when they have more people. This exhaust on Bertle was absolutely huge, because I think otherwise Keria might actually die, and that can lead to all sorts of awkward situations. But instead, they blow 2 people up and are out there before Gen.G, like T1, is actually pulling them around the map.
All right,
they go in
one way, but again, Kana, he still has flat.
This is a collapse that they want to look for.
Yeah, the pillar is so effective, though. I mean, this is one thing that Trundle really, he finally found his move. Look that they have. You even have the Dragon Kick for the disengage as well. If you're looking for that, you can put up pillars. You can siege really well with that.
In it, the Drake will spawn. And that's a big scatter.
There it is. BDD comes up huge with the scatter, and there is just the follow-up over the wall as T1 runs straight into it, and BDD knocks down.
But if they can, it's so big. Kana is there though, has his 2-item spike, incredibly fat, can go for the shock blast.
Yeah, I think they have enough damage on this one, and yes, Faker and Kana will threaten it. Kana maybe even looking for the steal. He snuck around the backside, and well, okay, that's not the steal.
That's the curse I've ever seen. Because here we're talking about how it's a balancing act and how they're making it work, and then BDD finds just the sickest scatter, and then the follow-up is there, right? Bertle immediately jumps in, doesn't care about the teleport, but it has his equalizer ready.
I feel like the Baron is definitely going to catch everybody up on the side of Gen.G that may have fallen behind on XP. Nice amount of pick going out onto life here as the follow-up and the true shot barrage, and everything's being thrown at him. And the kitchen sink. Here comes Oner. Looking for it, maybe. Not going to go for it, but look at the damage coming out of Kana. This is why you ban Wukong on blue side. You
And Bertle.
Right, we're going to find Bertle. He just runs in there, and he's got stopwatch. He says, okay, guys, I'm beating him. And now, with the exhaust fuse onto him, we'll see what the follow-up looks like. It doesn't look like much, as BDD only gets in here, and now we got something going for Gen G. Faker gonna have to flash, as Ruler just takes him down. Even Gale forces forward to make sure. Zeros in this house.
Well, let's not. Let's not first shell. Yeah. Because initially this looks fairly questionable, but then the damage that comes through, combined with the fact that Bertle still is exhausted and is able to reposition really nicely, is amazing. And then BDD wasn't there for the start of the fight, then hits that, and look at the hold off the Ruler here.
Say, okay, we're ready to 5v5 fight. As Bertle looking to take the trade, actually, as in he goes. Not going to land the stun, but he still gets the kill as the teleport comes in, and he easily flashes away from Carrier.
Just start it up. Teleport available for Bertle.
Yeah, Carrier just hex flash over the wall. That is an insane amount of value out of that true shot barrage, as Clint is incredibly low. And look at that pillar! Once again, in comes Carrier. Will Oner knock it down? He cannot, as I think they saw Oner over the top of the wall. But it is still going to be enough to force them back, as the pillars have just been insane, as now Life has to go forward. As the follow-up here from BDD is pretty big, actually. Able to get the kill.
And I honestly thought, like, Life? What's going on here? Take a look at this.
Says he has no flash.
That's just the confidence in your teammate as Life there, because you know when you go for that play,
imagine as long as nobody gets caught on the side of T1, this should favor them, as here's the attempted catch. Life goes in, but it's responded to really well. And look at the poke coming in as the kick is on BDD. Oner will trade his life potentially, as he's even still alive. As the kick is huge, and now Bertle goes forward, but he has an exhaust on him. And now it's 4 members on top of the Aurelia. He's trying to trade one back, but he can't do that.
Still, this is a really high-risk play, because as Gen G, if you die here, I'd have to give it up.
Yeah, Ruler's on vision now. As, okay, they're going to spot him now with the true shot barrage, as let's see it. Nope, it's going to be taken by Done. Gumayusi. See if it'll last hit that one. But let's take another look at this fight.
And yeah, that flash from Faker is insane, because that turns what could have been a really nice catch onto a TF into an insane play, and then simultaneously Oner hits an incredible kick on BDD, who's been basically untouchable the entire game with that really crisp positioning. So those two key plays turn a possible turn from Gen G, the fight that they're so desperately looking for to secure a soul point, into
going for it.
나 살아.
Similar idea. Bertle's got an interesting angle, as he's going to get stunned down and be able to go into that W, but it still doesn't matter. And I think T1 are slowly getting in there. That's the big kick, but it's only onto Life, and into the GA goes the Lee Sin. As the follow-up here from Guma, and the rest of the team is just too big. Another big shock blast into the back line, as T1 will push and look to end this game. Another big pillar onto Ruler, as finally he uses that ultimate. And they will just have to flash away. T1 will not back down from this, as they will look to take game number 1 in about 36 minutes. Let's see what BDD and Ruler can do, if anything. No ult available for either of them, so they will just go down, and that will be the end of that. 36.5.